What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video and welcome back to F1 23. F1 24 is right around the corner. As of recording this, it is just over 2 weeks away, and we are here for the Italian Grand Prix in Monza. A few rounds left of this. We're going to see if we can get two more episodes out. We're going to simulate some races and just go through the last two sort of races properly. As you can see in the background, we're putting some upgrades on and just going through the week. So yeah, we're going to see if we can get two more races like actually fully done, and the rest will be simulated. But as you can see, we got a major upgrade and another upgrade coming on to the car. Possibly not for this week, but we've got 700 resource points, so we're going to see what we can do with those. Not much really happening in the chassis area. In the powertrain, really not much else we can do with 700 resource point. I don't think there will be enough to do anything with it, with our points that we've got. No, because that's 760. So yeah, we can't do anything. But I can tell you that this was going to be a good race. But we need to do the upgrades. We need to get good results for the team. And really not much else to say. We're looking at upgrades again. We've got 900 resource points this time, so we're going to put some rear downforce onto the car. That will be in time for the next race. We're not going to bother. We're going to put some drag reduction on instead. And we're actually just going to go straight into the weekend. And as you can see, raining during qualifying, and we are looking at upgrades after practice. We got 1,500 resource points, and we're going to see what we can get. We're looking in the aerodynamics once more. We are actually going to put the rear downforce on, possibly. No, we're not. We're going to put some front downforce on, and it's a major upgrade on the car. So 200 resource points left. We can't really do anything else. Just looking at what other things we could do, but apart from that, not much else, and we're going to go straight into qualifying. Welcome back then to the Italian Grand Prix here in Monza, the home of Italian motorsport. The fast straights, one of the fastest circuits we have on the F1 calendar, and as our drivers get geared up, we're going to go down to the grid to see what they're doing. Well then, we are here in qualifying. And as you could see from the intro, it's been raining, but not enough by the looks of it. As my engineers have told me, not enough for the intermediate tyres. We're going to go out on dry tyres, see how it goes, but I expect it not to go very well at all, because look how wet it looks. But apparently it's not inters, and DRS is still enabled. So yeah, as you can see, well, I have not replaced a bit of my engine. That's good. That's exactly what I wanted. But yeah, Nick de Vries saying the fastest lap as we come out the pit lane at 1:29. But really, this is a bit stupid, as you can see as we come around the final corner. Not much grip at all. Big surprise. As we come across the line, there's not much grip at all to have on the car with the slick tyres. We have Max Verstappen entering turn 1 as we go in, and we completely outbrake ourselves, but we do make the apex of turn 2. Maybe not the quickest way, as we almost absolutely lose the car into a barrier, but we did complete the lap, and overall it is a P6, 6/10 off the best, a 1:27.9. Really not much else that we could do in that session, well, that lap, considering it's been raining a bit and it's still dry conditions. But now going on to the second lap in Q1, we're getting ready to go out, and as we go out, hopefully it's a little bit drier, and it looks, yes, it has dried up a lot, so that's a lot better. 3 minutes on the clock to get round, and as we come round, we've still got a minute. Yellow flags though around the Sky chicane. That doesn't matter to us as we come round to set our lap. We are in P12. And we just need to improve, which I'm guessing everyone will, because it's now dry. Going into turn 1 and 2, we still outbrake ourselves. Kevin Magnussen in front of us. There's not much grip still on the track, considering it's all washed away with the rain. Joe Guan Yu sets the fastest lap. We're in the slipstream with Kevin Magnussen, and we now set the fastest lap of Q1, but we're not exactly safe still, because as we come to the line, it is P8 overall in the end. I was going to say we're not safe because everyone else still got to set their lap, but that is Carlos Sainz who's got a 5-second penalty in Q1, topped by Max Verstappen from Oscar Piastri in the McLaren and George Russell. But Carlos Sainz, as you can see, I'm highlighting there, 5-place grid penalty. Teo Porcher almost getting out of Q1. Logan Sargent dead bottom. Both Hasses out. Nick De Vries and an Alfa Romeo. Q2 then now, and well, better conditions again. We'll have more grip on the track just overall, and hopefully a better experience out on track. Yeah, so hopefully, I'm not sure if we can, like, realistically goals in terms of like what we can do. I don't think getting through to Q3 is really what we can do, but we're going to go into our second lap because that first lap has somewhat disappeared. 13th we are, with 6 seconds left on the clock to set a lap time, and as we come round, we are now going into a very fast racing mode. We set a purple first sector, and we are 2 tenths up, but we lose a little bit of time going through the Ascari chicane. Then coming around Parabolica, we lose our almost 3 tenths advantage there, and as we come across the line, it's only 1 tenth gained. Is that going to be enough? P12, we are out in Q2, which is pretty good actually, really. I didn't really expect us to get through to Q3, but it's P12, and yes, we do have a penalty, because I did change the components from the engine because of how worn it was. So we will be starting from the back no matter what, so it doesn't really matter getting through, but Max Verstappen and Piastri, Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso out in both the Aston Martins, both Alpines also out. Of course, we are out. As you can see, we might as well take a penalty for everything and move on to the race. Welcome along then to the Italian Grand Prix here in Monza. It's bound to be another historic race around this historic venue. We've got the fastest track in Formula 1 history, although not having the fastest speed record. Of course, the home of Ferrari here in the heart of Italian motorsport, this track. We've got a 5.793 kilometre track with 11 turns and 2 DRS straights even, and lots of historic corners with Parabolica, Curva Grande, 2 Lesmos, and many chicanes. The Ascari chicane that you can see now. And we're going to go straight into the starting grid. We've got, from qualifying yesterday, we had Max Verstappen on pole position with a 1:19.661, but 1 tenth behind him was Charles Leclerc, carrying a good Q3 session that I wasn't in. Piastri finishes P3. He looked good throughout the whole of qualifying. Russell P4, Hamilton, then Norris, Sainz, Perez down in P8, Sainz having a penalty. Albon, then Stroll, Alonso, Gasly, P12, Ocon, P13, so 2 Alpines there. Sonoda, then Porcher starting P15, Hulkenberg P16, Zhou P17, Magnussen, De Vries, Sargent, Bottas taking a penalty, and we are in 22nd place with a 22-place grid penalty. Let's go down to the grid to see what's happening. As you can see, Max Verstappen, round 6 didn't score any points, but round 17 came back strong with 15 points. He's a strong title contender this season, as always. But here's Fernando Alonso, 11th place today. He'll be hoping to move up the grid in the exciting race that we have in front of us. Here we are then on the grid in our beautiful shiny car. We're going to go for a soft to medium tyre strategy. We've taken a bit of fuel out, and we're going to go straight into formation lap, and we eventually will be underway for the race after all of the cars in front of us get ready for the formation lap. And yes, it is quite a long way back here, and we are eventually underway after what feels like ages for our formation lap. But as you can see, the tyre is very cold, and as we look around us, we've got one medium runner, and it's Valtteri Bottas, who is in front of us. We're on mediums, everyone else around us on softs, and we do have to warm the tyres up. It will take a little bit of time. But yes, so hopefully a good launch at the start of the race. We got Red Bull on pole position as we come towards the grid. Good parking here will hopefully see us get a good launch from compared to the people around us. We should be able to get through the people around us quite easily as we go to the 5 red lights towards the Italian Grand Prix in my team. it's lights out, and away we go. It's an alright start really, but we do get, after the second gear, we are on the power, and we are flying past people. Magnussen cuts across us there, and we just brake early, just because we don't want to break our wing. But as we go into the second round of braking really, I do kind of send it down the inside, and we are through up into P18 of 22, to a good first corner. But can we catch up to the people ahead and overtake them as quick as possible to try get past everybody that we need to? Oh my god, that's late on the brakes, and we're 3 wide going into the second chicane, and we do make it out alive, and that's another 2 positions made up there, up into P16 out of 22. It's our teammate up next. He's on the medium tyres, Teo Pourchaire, but here's the race start once more. It is Max Verstappen on pole position, and the lights go out, and it is a terrible start from that McLaren there, which is, I'm pretty sure, Lando Norris. Terrible start from him. But as we get into the second round, it's Leclerc on the inside of Verstappen, and they're going 3 wide into turn 1. It's Verstappen, Russell and Leclerc. Verstappen coming out ahead, or does he? Because contact made, and it's still 3 wide, and Verstappen looks like he's losing out here, and Russell's gone through all of them, and he is the one that's finished out in the lead. And it's now Leclerc versus Verstappen going around Curva Grande, going into the second chicane. It's Verstappen on the inside, and it looks like he's going to get that position now, and Leclerc from P2 down to P3, and Russell taking P1. But here we are, we're making up positions. We've got past our teammate, and we're trying to get past the AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda, and Gasly just ahead of him. We use a little bit of ERS going around the Curva Grande, and lap 3 we're up into P14 out of 22. Tyres not looking great though, and Gasly next up, and we might just send it here because we've got a lot more speed than we do. Are we going to make the corner? Yes, we do. We don't get the fastest line through there, but P3, lap 3, P13, and Russell is getting overtaken by Charles Leclerc going into turn 1 on lap 3. And it's a good battle for the first place. The Tifosi probably roaring their appreciation as Charles Leclerc and the Ferrari takes the lead of the race from George Russell in the Mercedes. And look at the gap they've got on the mini-map. We are now looking to overtake Ocon. We've got DRS, we're using a little bit of battery. We've got the slipstream, but he pulls out to the right-hand side, and we're going to go all the way around the inside in the end to make the move, as Ocon goes left then right around Stroll, and we had the overspeed to get around both of them, and that was a pretty good move, if I do say so myself. But we are now up into P11, 1 place off the points. Here's that move again. We go very wide, really almost going off track, but I didn't really see them, Ocon really turning to go to the inside. But lap 8 we are 1.4 seconds off Fernando Alonso, who is in P10, and we've got a 1.9 second gap behind to Pierre Gasly. So really not much else happening in this race now. We're just trying to keep the gap for Alonso down. But here's Lewis Hamilton on lap 9, and it looks like he is going very well. Overtook Verstappen, but oh no, it's smoke from the back of the car for Lewis Hamilton from the podium. Hamilton in the Mercedes could have made it a double podium, but the engine has given up on him, and he is out of the race. But that means we are up into P10 now, and here we are, P10, lap 10. It's time to pit off the soft tyres. They haven't lasted as long as I thought they would, but they did pretty well, and they got us up into P10, and it's time to come in now. Anyone else coming in around us? Not really. So this might just be an undercut then on the group that was in front of us of Fernando Alonso. Hopefully a good stop here will see us possibly get a good, get out quicker and possibly try the undercut. Bit slow there, but overall not bad. And now we just need to be I just need to be able to go fast now and execute the undercut very well. We're not that far behind De Vries and the next group of cars on lap 11. Going on to lap 10 though, this is what we missed. It's a 3 wide moment for P5. It's Perez, Sainz, who are getting very close to each other, and it looks like Norris has lost out there, and it looks like Perez and Sainz are still side by side, and it's Sainz who gets through. Lap 11, this is Piastri trying to hold off Verstappen, but it's not going to work very well, and he's through. Lap 12, Piastri comes back with DRS, and he is up onto the podium in the McLaren. and a very good race for him so far. But it's Russell in the lead from Leclerc, and now Piastri back up into third place. The Red Bulls 4 and 5, Norris P6. We are in P16 on lap 12, but everyone else hasn't pitted yet. So as we come down the straight, we've got a Fernando Alonso coming out the pit lane. And as you can see, I'm pulling the battery to see how close I can get to him. But it's close, and the undercut has definitely worked. We're a lot closer to him than we were before we pitted. So overall, a very good undercut. But we're going to see now if we can undercut anyone else as we come through on lap 14. It's a few more cars. There's Albon, and we're up into P9. So we have gained one position off a car, and it looks like Norris there come out in P8. He was P6 before the pits, so that's not very good. Not very good for McLaren. And we set the fastest lap on lap 15. Well, going on to lap 15, we've actually passed Sainz and Perez. So that is amazing for our race, as we're up into P7 now, and we've got Fernando Alonso 1 second ahead of us. We're going to see if we can get within his DRS to be able to continue on with our fast pace and possibly try get away from Perez and Sainz. But as you can see, it looks like Fernando Alonso is currently 9/10. We will get DRS, but by lap 17, Carlos Sainz has caught up quite a lot, and he's within a second, and he's got the fastest lap. And going down towards the Ascari chicane, he's got DRS, and well, yeah, really not much else to do. We're going to try and defend. We're using the battery, but Fernando Alonso 2.8 seconds ahead, and Carlos Sainz 2/10 behind, with Perez just behind him. What can we do to try to defend? We go a little bit wide off the exit of the Ascari chicane, and here comes Carlos Sainz now going towards Parabolica. We're both using as much ERS as possible to try to keep the position. We let him go to get the DRS, and now we're going to see if we have the overspeed on him going into turn 1 with the DRS. It's Perez P9 behind us, and he's looking to get a move on us, and we're looking to get a move on Carlos Sainz, and we pull out to the inside. We get past him, and Perez gets past Sainz as well, and hopefully this means we do start to gain time on Lando Norris. But look at our fuel, we're on positive 0.06, not amazing. Sainz once more P8, and he's got the run once more on us. Lap 19, our tyres 26%. We're side by side. It's 3 wide now. Here comes Perez on the inside. We make contact with Carlos Sainz into the Parabolica, and Perez has gone through as well. Sainz in 7th, Perez 8th, we're in 9th. We're using the ERS. We've got the slipstream. Perez pulls out to the inside, but he doesn't have the slipstream, and we are going through on both of them now. So we go from P7 to P9 to P7 once more, and look at that ahead of us. They're fighting, and we're going to gain a lot of time coming through the first few corners with them being side by side, and it looks like they still are. And it's Fernando Alonso who loses out. Perez now lap 20, and it is Sainz behind us, but we get terrible exit with tyre wear creeping in now, and Sainz looks like he might just overtake us. We've got DRS though from somewhere onto lap 21. Where have we got DRS from actually? But doesn't really matter because Norris is 1.6 seconds ahead, and we are trying to catch up to them, maximise our points, and possibly try get away from Sainz and Perez. Our tyres not looking good though, and on lap 22 we have caught up to Norris, fighting throughout the lap between him and Fernando Alonso, has secured us DRS, but still Carlos Sainz 1/10 behind us, and he might now have the run. We're using ERS, we got DRS, we do not have that slipstream effect really, and there's yellow flags going towards turn 1, but that does not matter as it is lap 23, and Norris and Alonso side by side, almost making contact into the tight turn 1, and we do make contact with Fernando Alonso, but our front wing is fine. You can see me checking immediately, but it looks like we're fine side by side in front of us, and it looks like Norris with the outside, Alonso with the inside, and he might get this, but Alonso breaks earlier than Norris and allows Norris to go through, and we almost get a great one, and now we do get a good run on Fernando Alonso. We're going to try go around the outside in Lesmo 1. Are we going to get it through? No, he's still there on the inside. We're going to use a little bit of ERS to try to squeeze him, and we take the apex of Lesmo 2, and now we've got DRS on Lando Norris. Alonso's tyres must be dying out, even though we had the older tyres, as he is on the mediums, and we got DRS on Lando Norris now, and we can catch up to him going through the Ascari chicane. I never feel very good around the chicane, as you can see, sliding around, but Norris just in front of us. We can afford to make a few mistakes, really, if we can keep within the DRS range, because DRS is very powerful around this circuit, and it's all about the straight line speed going around. Two massive straights, we've got a 6/10 gap, we've got ERS, we've got 40% almost, going down to 30 now, and DRS enabled for us. The rear wing is open, but behind us it's Sainz overtaking Fernando Alonso. We're getting closer and closer to Lando Norris. We're not going to make the move, not yet. It's lap 24, we're P6. It's good points so far, but can we get to P5 and Lando Norris? Hopefully. And as we come on to lap 25 now, we are same distance, 6/10. We've got that much more battery than him, hopefully. And Carlos Sainz actually is getting very close towards us, and he's a 10th behind us, so we have to try, burn battery, be in the slipstream, and we're getting a lot closer, and we're a lot closer now, and he's pushing us all the way onto the grass. We do make the move. We completely slice across the track and go very deep, and Norris is back there alongside us on the outside this time on Curva Grande. And as we go around it side by side, we try to push him out a little bit. We're using a little bit of VRS, but it's going to be about who breaks latest. Not really, because Norris has backed out of the move, and we are able to keep P5 now, well, up into P5, stacking 11 seconds ahead, so this is as much as we can get. Gearbox looking a little bit worn. Hopefully we don't lose a gear towards the end of the race, because that would mean the end of everything, and we would probably be finishing in P9, or P8 even. But as we come onto the straight going towards Ascari, we've got Lando Norris right behind us. He's got DRS, we're using ERS to try to defend our position as much as possible. He is 1/10 behind, and it's going to be a very tense last few laps. Make sure you stick around, because this is going to be a very close battle, and here he comes, Lando Norris. We're using a little bit of ERS. It's very close side by side, hundredths of a second separate us, and we are behind at the DRS line, so we're going to get DRS, and Norris in the end becomes 7th place, but he might just fall further down. Carlos Sainz has DRS, and oh my god, Carlos Sainz, his immediate replay, he almost loses it as he opens DRS, but here he comes now, the same straight. He's going to try and make the move. He's on the inside of turn 1. We go very deep into turn 1 and 2, but we do keep the position. And lap 27 and 27, here we are. We've got enough fuel, just about. We might have to do a little bit more fuel saving to get to this across the line. Lap 27 or 7, and it's Charles Leclerc who's going to come round the final corner and win in front of the Tifosi once more as a Ferrari driver. George Russell giving him a good fight throughout the start of the race. He finishes P2, and Piastri just about being Max Verstappen to P5. Here we are though. Is Carlos Sainz going to have enough speed to get past us into Parabolica? We're using as much ERS as possible, but it looks like it won't be enough unless I get a terrible exit coming out of Parabolica, which is probably going to happen. 2/10 to gap, 1/10 to gap, but I think we're going to keep it and get P5. What a race.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home. Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Ferrari today. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
Well, another amazing race here in Monza. We finished P5 from starting 22nd on the grid. A long, exciting race with 2 DNFs with Albon and Hamilton, our teammate finishing P19 out of the 20 that finished. P5, Leclerc winning the race in front of the Tifosi, always good to see. But as we come back towards the factory, it's time that's getting towards F1 24, and I'm going to be uploading on the 31st when I get the game. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and can't wait for F1 24. Goodbye.